Good afternoon. Time has flown by this morning. Today we're here. We're going to be looking at how to price your products on seller platforms. A question that comes up quite a bit, and the trick is everybody knows how to price things. I mean, the simple way is you buy something for a certain price, and you either add 30% of a markup, or you double the price, or some people even say, well, you know what, you shouldn't be selling it if you're not making three times your profit. That is one way to do it, where you emotionally price your products. But there's actually a scientific way to do it. So let's start at the beginning. You've got a great product. You've listed it on Takealot, Amazon, or Loot, Bob Shop. You've even gone to Gumtree, as well as Facebook Marketplace, and nothing. Zip, crickets. Or worse, you're selling, but somehow you're barely breaking even. Sound familiar? Well, in the next 3 minutes, I'm going to try to show you exactly how to price your products on seller platforms so that every sale actually moves you closer to making a profit, not further away. So you see those dollar signs close up front and not far into the distance. Let's start with some of the most common mistakes that new sellers make. So most new sellers base their prices off what feels right, like I said before, emotionally, or what competitors charge. My business partner, he says you can't actually price something outside of the market. So even if you feel you need to be charging 50 Rand for something, but everybody else is selling it at 35 Rand, you literally shouldn't be selling it beyond 34.99. Big mistake. Platforms like Takealot and Amazon charge seller fees. So whether you feel 34.99 is the price where you should be pitching it at, you do need to take into account what the seller fees and the fulfillment fees are like. And you also need to add in what nobody talks about, and that is making allowance for returns. Yep, returns. But we're not talking about returns today. Let's pin that for another day. So your markup should be anywhere from 8% to 20%, depending on your category. We haven't even spoken about VAT. If you're VAT registered, you need to make sure that you include and make allowance for VAT as well. Next, add in your fulfillment costs and, as I mentioned, returns, the cost of your product, and suddenly that reasonable price of 34.99 is basically eating into your entire price margin. So, guys, this gives you an idea about why you need to start with numbers, not just with a gut feel. So, what is this pricing formula that I keep referring to? The simple formula. Okay, this is what I want you to use. So, start with your landed cost. If you're importing your items, then you will know what that landed cost is because you've already just paid it and SARS has taken their cut. So that's what it costs really to have the product in your hands. If you're not importing, if you have a local distributor or supplier, then it will be the price that you pay them. Okay, the price that they charge you. Um, then add your platform fees. So this could be in the case of Takealot, it's 400 Rand a month. In the case of Amazon, at the moment it's 1 Rand. In case of Macro, it's 200 Rand. And remember to include your VAT fee there as well. Check the fee schedule for your specific category. Each platform has a specific percentage that they charge, from DIY to kids' toys, shoes, clothing, and so on. Even if you're doing self fulfillment, factor in your time, your packaging, and your courier costs. And again, yeah, VAT, please don't forget. Now add your desired profit margin. So, say for example, the self fulfillment, including the packaging and the courier costs, averages out at about 10 Rand per item. What is your desired profit margin? If that is 25%, then you should be adding about 35% on each product. We recommend a minimum of 30% here of a net margin to make the business worth running. But again, whatever number you land on, that's your floor. So cannot, or rather say you should not price below it. Unless, of course, you're running a marketing promotion, or you got your current shipment at a price, at a lower price. But we advise that you have your red line beneath which you do not drop. Next, compete smarter, not cheaper. Now, here's where it gets interesting, and this is where all the WhatsApp conversations get going. What is the when do you not do the race to the bottom? Once you know your floor price, then you have no danger of trying to outprice somebody to the bottom of the barrel. Look at the market. What are competitors charging? If your floor is already above market price, you have a sourcing problem, not a pricing problem. It means that you're purchasing your goods at a high price. That is a different challenge. So you need to relook at your supply chain. However, if there's room above your floor, if your floor price is at least 20% below what your competitors are charging. You don't have to have that race to the bottom. A slightly higher price with better photos, better reviews, and a stronger product listing will almost always outsell the cheapest option. Buyers don't just buy the cheapest option, they buy the one they trust.